Welcome to CRM Coach. In today's video, we'll cover how to quickly add contacts to Pipedrive 5 different ways. Pipedrive is built around activity-based selling, so you'll need to tell it who you're selling to. Here in this video, we'll cover how to add contacts through deals, how to add them from your email, how to add them one at a time in contacts, importing as a spreadsheet from a spreadsheet, and then adding from the mobile app. And then we'll add a couple bonus methods as well. This is what I see as the easiest way and the most common way for salespeople to add their contacts into Pipedrive is when they have a deal based on your company's sales process. You're going to add a deal in here. You'll click plus deal. And then the first field is the contact person. And here we can go ahead and add a contact. And if it does exist in your database already, if it's already in Pipedrive, you'll be able to select it, and that'll help prevent having duplicate contacts by choosing it from the drop-down. But in this case, John Smith is not in our Pipedrive already, so I'll click Add as a new contact. And the cool part about this, you're not just adding a blank contact. Over here under Person, you'll see that you can add a phone and add an email address. And so while you're already in here adding a deal, it's easy to add the contact at this point. And then it will automatically be associated with the deal, and it'll automatically be associated with the organization. And you go to add organization, and then that's added now to the database as well. And you go ahead and set the stage and set the other required fields with your deal. And so that is the first way I'd recommend, just by default, when you go to add a deal, to make sure the contact is added at that point. Adding contacts here saves you a step from having to go in and add the contact, and then later when you have a deal to go in and attach the contact, attach it to the organization. This saves not just one step, but multiple steps by adding it here. Pipedrive is designed to help salespeople get things done without the clutter that complicates other CRMs, and you can see how easy it is to do all that all in one spot, adding a contact, adding company, and then adding your deal. I think you'll find these 5 different ways to add contacts pretty easy. So that was number 1, adding a contact when you add the deal. The next one is syncing from your email. So let's cancel out of that and go to the email sync feature. To sync your contacts from your email, you're going to go up to your personal preferences right here, click on the top, click on personal preferences, and then you'll click over on not email sync, although that's a good thing to have turned on as well, but contact sync. The contact sync feature is awesome, and this will allow you to decide whether you want a one-way sync or a two-way sync. You can sync with Google or Microsoft Office 365, and when you add your account, you'll be able to choose specific groups of contacts or all of your contacts and have them sync over. So this can save you a lot of manual effort. If this is standard for you to add all of your contacts in your email, or you use Microsoft Office 365 to maintain your contact list, usually associated with your email. And so this can be super useful and be able to pull in all of your contacts automatically. So let's try this out. So let's go to add new account. Let's type in my email address. So choose an account, make sure we trust Pipedrive. You can see I've already given Pipedrive CRM some access. So now it wants to know which group of contacts. You'll be able to see a list of your different group folders that you have. And you also be able to choose whether you want a one-way sync, where as you change things in my case, in Google, then those updates will be reflected in Pipedrive. Or you can choose a two-way sync, where it doesn't matter whether I make changes in Pipedrive or I make changes in Google. Either way, it will mirror those changes. And you can also select who has permission, and you click Start Syncing. That's an easy way to have your contacts automatically sync back and forth and reducing the amount of manual effort that it takes to maintain your contacts. But going back over to the contact section. So right here, go over to the left nav bar, click on contacts, you get your list of contacts. Pipedrive calls them people. So this is your standard way to go ahead and add a person or add a contact. You can click the green button there, add their name, add their organization, add their phone, add their email, add any labels, and choose the owner. Make sure that the right owner is always assigned when you're adding a new contact. But like I mentioned, for most people, adding a contact through this form right here is usually not your best choice. Next up, if you have a lot of contacts to add to Pipedrive and you want to add them all at once, and you don't want to manually type in everyone's name, maybe you did a talk, you were at a conference, you have a list from a client of all the participants at a program you're running, something to that effect. I'd say roughly the cutoff that I recommend is about 20 people. If it's less than that, it might make sense just to buckle down and add them all manually, because importing is easy in Pipedrive, but it's not something that I find most elite salespeople find intuitive. But let's cover it because it's really helpful if you have more than about 20 contacts. It's worth trying to figure that out. So you're going to go to import data. There's a few ways you can get there. We were just in contacts and I clicked on the three dots right here, clicked import data. So let's go back to our deals view and I can show you how to get to, there's a few different ways you can get to importing data. If you're importing, we're talking about contacts in this video. So if we're going to import contacts, we can go to contacts and then from there, click on the three dots right here and click import data. So that'll get us here and that works great. Another option is, say we're here, we're looking at our pipeline. The other option is click on these three dots down here and then choose import data. Either way will get you there. So when you're going to import data, you need to have the data in a format that'll make it easy to import. And so if you're not sure about that, one of the easiest ways is to download their sample file first. So you can click on this Excel file or this CSV file, and then you can mirror that format, and then that makes it easier to import. But Pipedrive's import functionality is pretty flexible, and it's nice that it also allows you don't even have to have a CSV. Unlike a lot of other CRMs, you can also upload just an Excel file. And from there, you can pick which fields in your spreadsheet go to which fields in Pipedrive. In another video, I'll cover this in depth, but just letting you know that this is an option and it'll show you if there are any errors when you're going to import. And this can save you a lot of time if you're importing a lot of contacts. And my personal rule of thumb is about 20 contacts or more. Look at this import from a spreadsheet option here in Pipedrive. So the last option is to go to the mobile app. Whichever app store you're using, go to the app store, you can download the Pipedrive app. And it looks like this. You're in the Pipedrive app, and we'll cover this here in a little bit. So if you're on the go, the Pipedrive mobile app is your best friend. For salespeople that are on the road a lot, you can quickly add new contacts directly from your phone. You can update little details here and there. And one of my favorite things is for people that are on the road a lot or they have a lot of windshield time is to pull up the Pipedrive app. And when you're going to make a note on a contact or on one of your deals, you can do speech to text. Here I'm showing you importing from your phone's contacts, but that way you can record what you're trying to say without having to peck away your phone keyboard, and then you have your notes updated before you forget important details. That's the mobile app. There's a few other ways to get contacts into Pipedrive. And one of them is embedding a Pipedrive web form on your website. And a lot of times when people do that, they'll embed a form and it'll come into their leads inbox, and you can use the lead section. So there's web right here under lead booster. And you can see that it gives you the option to add to web forms. You can create a form here and work with a developer to get this embedded in your website. That way leads that reach out will be imported directly into Pipedrive. So that's web forms. Another option, if you don't have the ability to embed a Pipedrive form on your website, is to use any form that you already have on your website and have it synced over using an automation tool like Zapier or something like Make. The last little bonus way to add contacts to Pipedrive is Prospector. This is an add-on to Pipedrive, and you can use this to prospect and narrow in on your ideal client or ideal customer and pull them directly over into your Pipedrive and start reaching out to them. And there you have it, 5 different ways to add contacts to Pipedrive plus a few extra bonus ones. Make sure to like or subscribe for more Pipedrive tips.